Well, here's a little tour of the Element 2 projector. Just giving it a bit of maintenance at the moment. Giving it a lube and clean, ready for the next screening. Fitting the scope gate. One of the most important parts of the projector is the intermittent sprocket. So it's really important after every session to give all these sprockets the intermittent top and bottom sprocket cleaned down with an old toothbrush. That makes sure everything's off it. There we go. Then it's a matter of putting the gate back in place. Like so. Lower the lens down, and that's it. Keeping it clean is really important. Considering the age of this machine, it's lasted up really well. But it is important to keep everything clean, considering you don't want the films getting scratched. The lamp itself is nothing more than a 36 volt 400 watt lamp, and it's been mounted where the cabinette used to go, in front of the mirror. It may be a small lamp, but it can really push the light out, enough for home use anyway. You wouldn't think, looking at the size of it, that it would produce a huge amount of light, but it certainly works quite very well. The power supply for the lamp is using an old slide projector. Simply running the wires from the slide projector up to the lamp works very well indeed. Still have the high and low settings for the lamp, so usually I switch the lamp on its low setting, and as it warms up then I switch it to high. This slide projector could probably return to its original function if required, but at the moment it's supplying the power to the lamp, which is pretty good. Dolby Stereo Analog sound head was fitted just between the projector and the lamp house. Had to modify it to make it fit, but it's done the job quite well. If you wonder what the string is, that's to hold the lens up while I'm threading the projector up. It holds it up out the road while I feed the film into the gate. Just before I start the projector, I take that string away. Using a platter that's so far away, there's always a risk of a wrap up. So I've made this little device here out of an old speaker box, and you switch it on, and that gives a 12 volt supply to the wrap detector. In the event of the platter having a brain wrap, the projector will shut down, so there's nothing, so no damage will occur to the projector, hopefully anyway. I've got a couple of fans here. This one, you know, once the lamp's running, it gets pretty warm. Although those lamps don't need a lot of cooling, but just for the fun of it, I just give it blow a little bit of cold air up to the lamp just to keep things nice and cool. Another cooling fan is situated just below the digital reader, because that can actually get quite warm, especially in the summertime. Just the simple motor switch to switch the motor on. As you can tell, there she goes. At the same time, you can check the oil level in the glass, make sure it's full. That means the oil circulating into the machine. It doesn't take a lot of oil, so you've got to be careful you don't overfill it, otherwise it'll start spilling out everywhere. It really does run beautifully, this old projector. For something its age, it's really, really good. This is a view looking at the back of the sound drum, and that's actually the sound drum just there. You can see how close a fit it is between the projector and the lamp house. That keeps things nicely balanced. It's a beautiful big flywheel, so you won't get any woe or flutter with the sound. It's this thing's running beautifully. Allow the light to head down and allow the light to go to the projector head. You just open it over like that, using the handle, or close it like that. Very simple, but it does work. Because even at that distance, you'd be surprised how hot the film can become. So there you have it, that's the tour of the old animal. Power supply, the analog, is using 115 volts, and that's from an old power supply just sitting down here. It gives us 115 volts for the analog. Dolby stereo monitor and the digital reader, digital processor I should say. Everything's fed into Yamaha amplifier, multi-channel input, and that's pretty much it. Right, the next thing we need to do is get the platter up and running. First thing I need to do, of course, is switch it on. And with brains, this is this bit here, you place that in the center, like so. In the event of a wrap up in the platter, I've made this little device here, which is pretty good. If the film becomes under load between the projector, it simply pulls out of this latch, which is nothing more than a cupboard latch you use in your kitchen. And as it pulls out of there, it'll rise. But the micro switch here is wired to that little box in the projection room so that it'll shut the motor down. Being an accumulator, the rundown of the motor, this will just rise and it'll eventually stop about there. And this is providing a safety for the projector so that the projector no matter what the platter does, will never be under any strain. Because with polyester film, all hell can break loose if things get a bit tight. So this will shut the motor down. The switch that is. The motor will start to run down. Projectile will start slowing down. The accumulator effect of all the film around these rollers will be used to bring things to a halt, which finishes up about here, I think. Just latch it back in. That's it. So it takes a little bit of load to pull it out of the latch, but that's a great safety thing because you just don't know what the platter is going to do at times. Next thing you do is to remove the ring. Up top here. And thread the film through the payout. Like so. There we go. Feed the film down the roof. You get the jockey, lock it in its first hole, and make sure that switch is in that position. Pay out, and then go around, grab the film, the leader, and feed it round the rollers. A bit hard when I'm trying to do this with the camera at the same time. Oh, something like that. Then feed the film round this wrap detector I was talking about earlier. That's the safety. And here we go. And feed it down the roof. Around all these pulleys, hopefully. Take it down. Here we go, we're getting there. And there. And there. On that pulley, heading around to this one. And up there, around the digital reader, around more pulleys, plenty of pulleys, and down to the bottom here, around this one, to another one. And it'll work its way back up. Up here, around this roller, to that roller, and make its way back. winding the film on, the leader on I should say, till I get to the right spot, which I know the numbers will be coming up on the projector, right about there. And then the next thing you have to do is frame the film by turning the projector by hand to rotate the intermittent sprocket that's just there till it's in the right spot. As it rotates now, and then this is the same with all 35mm projectors, you've got to get it in frame about there. Then get the film, fiddly, isn't it? And then put the film in the gate, get it in frame, which should be about there. Roughly about there. You reckon? Lock the gate into the top sprocket, open it up. Around this brake roller, if you can see it, there's a little brake roller, just like that. That creates a bit of drag. So when the film goes around the sound drum, or the sound head, the effect of the intermittent sprocket won't affect the sound. Just like that. Round the reader, like so, and then onto the bottom sprocket, like so. So to check the threading, like that. About right. Next thing I have to do is thread up the digital reader. Threading the digital reader like so around the pulleys. Make sure the film's on the teeth properly, and there's a gap there so the rollers aren't touching. That's it. Once the projector's basically threaded up, as it is at the moment, then I head back to the platter, back down here. And take up the slack. Still a bit more to go. Now as the tension gets taken up, pull the pin, switch to rewind, and up she goes. Then it's back to the projector to finish reading. Or should I say, check my threading. Film comes down through the digital reader, along here to the top sprocket, around the top sprocket. You got a top loop. Film then goes down through the gate to the intermittent. From the intermittent you have a bottom loop, which is very important. Around the brake drum and the sound head. There we go, around there, back up to the bottom sprocket. From the bottom sprocket it goes to this pulley, and from this pulley down to more pulleys.